this is what is going to happen. Next thing, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to feel like you're getting to people. You understand? Once it's like this, they're gonna come at you. But you can't make them deter your neighbor. Enough time me put on my phone and say me done with TikTok. But trust me, the support that we get on TikTok, people will miss you. You're changing people's life literally. Neighbor, let me tell you something. Your contribution to the Jamaica Labour Party in before the election has been tremendous. It may not have been said, but you are one of the platforms that help to spread the truth, and they don't want that. They don't want that. Anywhere they can go conquer them and bully people. You know, I was there's this new guy on TikTok, Neighbour. Well, and they come with them swarming platform. And I've been saying to myself, I wish Neighbour could get to have a conversation with this guy, because your questions are so probative that it would back him in a corner, because he literally knows nothing. And I know once you get
I have tried, you know.
I've tried. Right.
I've had conversations with him behind the scene, you know. So I just maybe it will happen. So let's leave it.
We're hoping for it to happen. But once they can conquer you, them say all kind of things. But trust me, don't let them get to you. They're trying to get into your head. Them trying to get you off TikTok. This is what they do, because they realize the reach that you have, the audience that you have, and they can come here, come tell you any and anything, and you believe. You're going to spread the truth. Neighbor, don't let them get to you. There's one particular person, anytime him see me, somebody have to ask me what me and him have. And me and this man have nothing. Don't let them do it. Them say we dead already. Them say all are we dead already. Them say me dead already, me a Paul Bearer. And this is why I don't put my picture on TikTok. My fellow bloggers are so protective of me. They said, Chica, don't put a picture out there, because of what they have already done. Them call some people some name. Neighbor who wake up tweet every single day. I wake up to my name in a mix up too much morning, and me don't know people. So just pay them no mind. Neighbor, them people are IQ, they under them foot bottom. So I don't know how you make them wake up. You wake up with a nice pretty shirt, Christmas shirt this morning, come and make people. Neighbor, get it together.
Well, you know, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving, you know. So I thought that you're the first one that have commented on it.
No make them people with zero IQ. Them not even under them foot bottom. Them mother left it at the hospital. Get on top of your nerves. I know you study some psychology and some sociology, so it maybe tickle your brain a little bit. But maybe when you listen to them people, you say, you just kiss your teeth and move on. And you know what I do nowadays? I just delete the video them. I not even bother listen. So I'm just passing it on to you. Neighbor, no listen to them people here. Them a waste of time. They never sit in an English class yet. Some of them not pass grade 9. So I don't know, a man like you.
But no, Lashika, but may I say this to you? And David says that if it was an enemy, I could bear it. But when it comes from within, it's another thing.
Neighbor, let me tell you something.
You hear what I said, though? You hear what I said? Sometimes it's not from without, you know. It's not from without. That is the challenge. It's when it is coming from
the neighbor.
Within.
Look at this. You don't know some of these people. You don't know them personally. We just interact online. And if your family neighbor, you and them can go at riff sometime. Just imagine these people where you just connect with.
Yeah, it is when it is coming from within that it becomes very concerned. Because
it is going to be.
You don't say, hello neighbor, come to the front of the class. That's rubbish, man. I don't want to respond to that.
Neighbor, that is one of the platforms that me just scroll past, because trust me, me realize the 7th grade never finish.
Well, Jama.
Neighbor, just know with the year, I think it was yesterday I was saying to the fellow bloggers in a group that you are now accepting some donation and thing, and they should come over here and support you. So neighbor, we're there here, and if bloggers like myself have to come back out and push out, you just know we're gonna come over here every day. So
Wow.
me I go on them now, so they might try come for you. So we just need to come out. All right.
Okay,
Well, you know
yes.
something,
Thank you.
Lashika, before you go, let me say this. I remembered after the elections, Neighbor was prepared to pretty much pack up, you know? And, you know, I say this without apology. I am a laborite, okay? And I have absolutely no apologies whatsoever. I support the Jamaica Labour Party and I am a laborite, okay? And they can take that anywhere, right? Now, when I asked Neighbor to continue the platform, you know, I am aware of how much time and efforts that he actually puts into producing this program. It's not one of those programs where you turn on the live and people come up and they depend on people to provide content. It is something that he works tirelessly doing, and it has to worth his while. Now, there are many times I have to pretty much finance it. So I have decided to ask our listeners to contribute to financing the program. And, you know, neighbor, I think you need to get comfortable with the idea that we need this program. And if it means that we're
Yes.
going to have to fundraise or
Yes.
continue to beg the listeners for money to help you keep
Yes.
this program going, we're going to do it. And we
Yes.
have no apologies doing it, neighbor.
Neighbor, when you look at
You
TikTok,
really do put a lot of work into it.
yeah. Neighbor, when you look at TikTok, people they
And
hear
there
push
are
people.
also people like Scratchy and all the others that come on, neighbor. I mean, Christmas is coming, and I think we need to be able to even give them a gift for all the work they put in as well. And, you know, all of us are benefited from the program. So there's no need for you to feel discouraged or have any apologies whatsoever. None.
Neighbor, and I will say this: this is what TikTok is for. If it wasn't for that, then I don't think that part of the option would have been there. It's there that you accept gifts once you come on. So I don't see where that is a problem. And my personal favorite part of your program is Neighbor's Notes. I love that section. Sometimes me learn a two little words. Sometimes I have to draft from my dictionary and say this did mean or something like that. So that's my
Yeah.
favorite part. After that, I
Wow.
will just move on once it start to accept people. But it's my favorite part. So
Uh-huh.
do what you're doing. Um, if Chuck are one of them, with them go film them, cuss him, say him ugly, them do him all kind of things. But Chuck say once you not touch my mother. Chuck
Oh,
always a say me Chuck always a say me know say me ugly, whatever. So neighbor, I saw people stay, them I go bully you, them I go try to get you off. Don't pay them any mind. You have the support.
well,
So not
thank
pay
you.
them no mind. Just
Thank you so
delete
much.
the video where you see and just tell them have a good day. And I am here in the comments, have a good day here.
Right. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Hey, in the United States. I had to get it off my chest. I had to get it off my chest.
Neighbor, morning neighbor.
Good morning, my friend from.
I remember listening to your program back in March last year,
Uh-huh.
and when it was winding down to the election, I tell you that after the election, this program will be the only relevant program on TikTok,
Uh-oh.
and this program will be the only program that all the listeners stick around and listen to Neighbor.
Wow.
And you see, and I don't know if you remember, if you can find the record, but I did say that, Neighbor, and it proved to be true, Neighbor. Let me tell you something, Neighbor. From the other day, I must tell you this, Neighbor. I have a auntie who live in Florida, and she
Yes.
was in a function listening to your program. While she was listening, the consulate, the your program at times, and this guy is doing a good job. So neighbor, let me tell you something. You are the distraction of all the planning, neighbor. You are the, you yeah, I must say you are the distraction of all the plan, neighbor. You are ruffling some feathers. And you
I
are,
tell you, sir, I
yes,
know.
neighbors. You are ruffling some feathers and you are tearing some shirt, neighbors. Remember, I tell you, neighbor, your name has been mentioned in some high places, neighbor. Nobody think you just, I don't, nobody think you just sit down on that microphone and on this screen talking to your homage thousand and you're not speaking to people in high places, neighbor. People in high places are listening, neighbor. And these people are not no fool, neighbor. And as I said, neighbor, you come like the Prime Minister, and you are the one who are distracting all the plan. To allow people to think for themselves and open the mind of
Well, I
Jamaican
hope
people.
so, sir. I hope
Yes,
so.
and giving them the right
Listen
information,
to me.
neighbor.
If I should pass on, yeah, which I'm not afraid of death, sir. I must
Yeah.
tell you, if I should tell my listeners that I'm actually looking forward to die. That's how I think about life. I think death is a transition to a better place. So I don't fear death. And
And neighbor, your program.
if I should pass on, sir, if I should pass on, I'd love to know that I helped people to think.
Yes.
Yes, sir, to think.
Yes.
I will tell you this, my brother. When you hear a man talk, don't only listen to what he says. Because a lot of times what he doesn't say more than what he says. People say things that they want you to hear. They don't say things that they want you to think. Think about
Yes,
it.
yes, neighbor. You're so right about that, neighbor.
Yeah.
But as I just come to encourage you, neighbor, don't get distracted, neighbor. What I want you to do to push harder, neighbor. I want you to push harder, neighbor, because trust me, neighbor, if you realize how much of them come up against it since you have been on this platform, and you,
I'm amazed.
and you still stand up big, bad, and strong, neighbor. I always tell somebody this song. I never born in that time, but I always hear my grandmother listen to it because it was one of Mr. Siago favorite song. Them licking down, them pick him up in bunks right back. What a hard man to do. Yes, neighbor. I must say that, neighbor. So don't be discouraged, neighbor. We are here, neighbor, and trust me, neighbor. I've never known a listener who come on this program and listen to you to 10 minutes and leave. Neighbor, you have something coming from your tongue or coming from your heart that keep the listeners stick to this program, neighbor.
Wow.
And I must tell you, neighbor, please continue what you are doing, neighbor. Because guess what? The good thing about it, you are not in anybody's pocket, neighbor. You are in the pocket of the Jamaican people.
Of
And
my
that's
listeners, sir.
and that is what ruffling them to the neighbor. So I was want to encourage the neighbor, continue push your neighbor because you tear some shirt, and you bust off some button, and you are the distraction of all the plan, neighbor. So I want to tell the neighbor, just have a good day. I will tune into the program, neighbor. We might not come up and serve a two-piece, but we listen to Ari and Scratchy and everybody who come up and listen to them. We put one and two together. We agree or we disagree, but neighbor, we listen to the program, neighbor. And other people are coming who will share the program with, who stick to the program and listening to the program and ask where we get this guy from. This guy is not in Jamaica. We say, yes, he's a Jamaican and he's in Jamaica.
Who's asking you that?
Yeah. A whole lot of people, neighbor. You have a little nice lady. I don't know if she like any neighbor, but I must make she come up on her these days.
It's nice. It's a nice. Well, I look at a Christmas present, So
all right, neighbor. But yeah, man, neighbor.
Fantastic. All right, great. Wow, nice girl for Christmas. That. Caroline.
Yes, neighbor.
We are tearing up the script. We are tearing up the script.
Well, neighbor, just to let you know that if you're planning on dying, you probably need to ensure that you get scratchy and hurry ready before you go, you see, because this must continue.
But what about you? What about you?
Uh,
All right.
I
Mr.
don't know
Finley,
about
morning to you, sir.
Neighbor, first
Hey,
thing is first, we have to have an official meeting where we are going to tell us nobody is accepting your resignation. I don't know what this may hear. Your resignation is not accepted, so you need to report to work as usual.
I, big
Yes,
boss.
simply put, the resignation is not accepted.
Oh my. Well,
Yeah.
I tell you that you have to adjust the contract.
Neighbor, in a them thing I know, neighbor, your skin a fit thick, neighbor. Me tell them every day, say me have crocodile skin, you know.
Uh-huh.
Me have crocodile skin. There's nothing where they can throw at me. Nothing where they can throw at me. Because they try everything in the neighbor. They call me everything you can think of.
Wow.
They make all sort of video and post out about me. Neighbor.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, if them now do that to you, it means you're not being effective.
But would you appreciate though, Mr. Finley, that I'm not used to this, you know. I must tell you the truth. I'm not used to it. I sometimes wonder, is really me them attack? Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not used to it. I must tell you the truth.
Neighbor, remember we are dealing with a set of people where believe that facts is relative. That you can have your facts and I have my facts. That's this kind of people we are dealing with. People who just believe so once we say something, it becomes true. Right? And that is reality. Those are the kind of people we are dealing with. Is the kind of people who are willing to do or say anything they want if they believe they can score no matter how cheap the point is. Right? And their goal is to do as best they can to bully all of us so they can have the internet. Remember, I don't neighbor, a couple of years ago they had this space to themselves, you know, and them alone did over here so attack, you know. Right. And I can tell you when I just started on TikTok, when I just started making video and going live over here, these people on their platform used to have 500, 600, 700 persons every night just at tell one whole heap of foolishness. Because they were the only one over here telling the stories. Right? So now that there's another side of it, they are trying to get back their dominance. And now people are realizing that they are liars. So let me tell you how effective you are, neighbor.
Wow.
They have sent out a copy of you. Somebody, how do I put it in words? Somebody to emulate your program. I won't tell you the name, but the person is there.
Emulate.
Yes, I won't tell you the name, but the person is there. I won't tell you the name, neighbor, but there's somebody out there that was sent for that very reason.
Wow.
To try and capture the audience.
Wow.
But I can tell you it's not working. Yes, man, there's a person that was sent for this specific reason to be the neighbor on the other side. So neighbor, if they're not coming for you, you know, we're not being effective. So,
what you say?
Yeah, man.
It's like they're trying to duplicate us. It's a counterfeit.
They are trying to yes. They are trying to duplicate it, neighbor, a specific person. They send out. Right. They send out this specific person, man. And they on every day, sometimes 3 times a day too.
Wow.
They on. And he was sent specifically to duplicate what you were doing.
Wow.
Right. So neighbor, man, just have to take up with skin, man.
Well,
when you see them, man, you laugh after them, man.
Neighbor out there, but this is the original, eh?
This is the original, neighbor. When you see them, we laugh after them, man. We not make them get to me, man. No make them get to you. Them are gonna come with everything, neighbor. Then show everything is, and you say, here's the problem now. You see, once them believe that they find one little weakness, then play upon it, man. Then we play. So me tell them every day, my skin thick, my back broad. Me go school with some of the meanest picnic them ever created in a Jamaica, where then tease up everything. So me learn from them time, they say, listen to me, teasing it and come it and go. So me continue to do my thing. Right. What I say, neighbor, what I say.
Sure. Welcome, John.
Listeners, can I ask you all to press that white arrow at the bottom and repost the live, please?
When things go wrong. Alex J.A. J.A. Alex, you're in Jamaica, sir. Good morning to you. I understand that there is a counterfeit neighbor out there. We're trying to find him. Who is the counterfeit? Oh, this is the original. Still the best. The contest, eh? Pushing through. Big program, big program. Alex J.A., thank you, brother. Dillian Tamar Hunter. Zani, how you doing? J. Anne-Marie Bailey, he's not exited. Newta. Harry Enriquez, how you doing, sir? Did you go to court, Harry? Did you go to court? I hear you were in court, Harry. Did you win the case? Did you win the case, Harry? Claudian Atkins, morning to you. Boy, you need an attorney, Harry. You need an attorney. CJ Fabulous, you're in the house. Good morning to you. Well, I'm happy I raised this morning, and I'm thankful to the listeners for their overwhelming support. Caroline, it's been fabulous. It's been absolutely fabulous hearing from you all this morning. Thank you for your support. It means the world to me on this Thanksgiving Day. Thank you so much, Scratchy, because you know you scratch it off at nights. And you are the strong fence around here, eh? Them things a neighbor weak fence, but now get shaky. All right, sir. Great. Big up my boss.
Yeah, man, neighbor. If them believe, so them find one little weak spine, man. Them are go pay upon it, because the idea is to get rid of your fire, so you know.
I see.
So them can get back to spreading them unchallenged propagandas.
I see. Well, that will never happen, sir.
Yes, thank you. That will never happen.
That will never happen, me dear.
Yeah, man. Man. We have to keep up. We have to keep the fight going, man.
So let's you have more time, sir. You have more time.
Yeah, man. I have a little time.
Okay. So I think the big thing here, and I've been trying to discuss that this morning, Mr. Finley, is the matter with the JPS. Why is it that it is playing out in the political arena? As far as the Jamaican people are concerned, they want back their light, Chuck. By the way, Chuck, did you see that story in St. Anne where people saw down a JPS pole plunging?
Saw down a JPS post, neighbor. I saw it.
What can go so struck? How are we sabotaging ourselves?
Well, neighbor, you see, there are some people who just, you know, we need to develop more consequences for actions in Jamaica. I think that's where we're lacking. The person, I remember recently I was watching a report overseas where some two man then cut down this tree somewhere in England that was important to the community, and 15 years in a prison and get for cutting down that tree. I think it was one sycamore tree that was in our community for about 100 years and then cut it down. And 15 years in a prison them get. Right now, when you go around and you destroy something like a JPS that is not just is not a one, but something will affect the entire country. You do that, so there need to be consequences for it. And why would you somebody just cut down a JPS pole like that? For what reason? What? Well,
Let me ask you a question. Sorry, Chuck. So what is the issue emerging here, Chuck? Why is it that the opposition leader, for example, is asking the minister which section of Jamaica will get back electricity? That not seem like some incitement, some seeds that are being sown in people's mind that somehow the minister has anything to do with which communities get back electricity, Chuck? Isn't that exclusively the remit of the Jamaica Public Service?
Yeah, but Mark Golden, since day one, has been on a campaign of division. Mark Golden has been on a campaign to divide Jamaica. I don't know if you heard the utterances that he spoke the other day when he says he was responsible for 50% of the people in Jamaica. So he's leading half of Jamaica and Andrew is leading half. That's what he thinks. So his division campaign continue by trying to sow the seeds that, some reason the government decide who get backlight and who is not, neighbor. The Jamaica Public Service Company is responsible, is the only agency in Jamaica, the only company in Jamaica that is responsible for electricity distribution. The only one that is responsible for the distribution of electricity. And by their assessment, they would decide where on the grid, where is the best place, where get first, where second, where third. And it is being done through access and availability. Right, so this part is easier to repair than that part, so we are going to focus and get this part going. It is the only factor. But neighbor, as I said, these people are hell-bent on showing the seeds of division in the country. And it is being aided by people, Dion Jackson Miller, who believe, who has now shown her hand to be a full mouthpiece for the PNP.
Now that you
as a journalist, neighbor, journalist with access.
Listen to this.
He's standing up in a press conference to ask the Prime Minister.
Listen to this.
Why
Chuck.
it took him 2 weeks.
Hold on, Chuck. Hold on.
That East Westmoreland question was the same exact question I got in the Senate on Friday by one of the opposition.
Chuck, the question Mrs. Miller asks is the same exact question that the PNP asks in the Senate. How did Miss Jackson get that question?
Well, it was either written by her or given to her. Right? But neighbor, that is the thing. But Dion Jackson Miller is a journalist that has access. Dion Jackson Miller has access to one of the largest media conglomerate in the Caribbean. Not one of, the largest in the entire Caribbean that has radio, television, internet. Everything. So Dion Jackson Miller would have known that within 48 hours of Melissa, the Prime Minister, was in Westmoreland. She knew that. But in order to sow the seeds of division, to tell the people that, hey, somebody is being victimized here, that's what they do. So Dion Jackson Miller is willing to sell her career down the drain. Because guess what, neighbor? If the PNP come back to power, she's going to be put in the Senate.
Well, then she may be old by that time. But,
neighbor, Lambert Brown has been in the Senate for nearly 40 years. Yeah, so the old not nothing to do with it.
But the suggestion, Chuck, that the Prime Minister only visited because the CARICOM heads were visited. Who chose where the CARICOM heads went?
The Prime Minister chose where the CARICOM heads went. The CARICOM heads don't choose where they go. The Prime Minister says that they visited.
So then
they don't
suggest that the Prime Minister only went there because the CARICOM heads were going is pretty absurd.
It's pretty absurd, neighbor. It's pretty absurd. And this is what they do, neighbor. This is their plan. Every chance they get, they sow the seeds of deception, the seeds of division. And neighbor, it is damaging our country, neighbor. It is damaging our country. Not neighbor, I believe on the street and the international people know better. But we still have an image that we have to protect. And these people nearby, the PMP, the Gleaner, the RGR group, they are hell-bent. Whatever means they must make this government fall, even at the expense of Jamaica. They must make this government fall at all costs. They went at it hard for the election. It didn't work. Now, if it means exploiting people in their worst possible time, if that is what it takes, then they are willing to do it, neighbor. Neighbor, I was in a conversation yesterday with a young man, I won't call his name, who says that he have information that only 4,000 care packages were delivered to Westmoreland. No, neighbor, the thing is, no such data was ever given out by the government. Where would you get that data? 12,000 delivered to St. Elizabeth and only 8,000 to Westmoreland. No such data, and only 4,000 to Westmoreland. No, dear man, no such data has been compiled by the government. The government don't keep track of where the package them go. They know, so we send some this and some this. So they have been delivered. The JDF has landed 2 of the Chinook helicopters that can carry up to 10,000 pounds. Relief. 2 of them land in Westmoreland, neighbor. 10,000 pounds of relief them carry.
Finally for you, Chuck. I heard Mr. Hughes, Cliff, suggesting that there probably are being paid, people are being paid to come on social media to spread misinformation. Could that be correct?
Yes, neighbor. That is 100% correct. They have admitted several times, neighbor. They have admitted it to us several times.
Are you serious?
I am serious. They have admitted the employees that have they have Sunday night meetings at Hope Road, neighbor. Sunday night meetings to be given the talking points for the week. They have admitted it to us, neighbor. When we tell you this, neighbor, we are not guessing. These people have admitted it to us several times. That so they have Sunday night meetings and they have been given their talking points for the week.
What you see coming out on social media is not organic. It's
not, no. It's orchestrated, neighbor. It's orchestrated. Every one of them is given the same thing. Neighbor, there is, if you come pass through any Jamaica Labour Party platform and they're discussing different things. I want they talk about something different. Everybody talk about something different. And them talk about something different Monday, something different Tuesday. Every PMB platform, every single one of them is the same topic. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Same topic. Everybody, and they say it is coordinated, neighbor. Coordinated.
But then, Chuck, this threatens the fabric of the democracy. This is not something that should be countenanced at all.
And that's what they are counting on, neighbor. That is what they are counting on, to destroy the democracy. Neighbor, the PMP, neighbor, wants power at any cost. Now, neighbor, recently somebody sent me, let us see if I can find this and read this. Somebody sent me a message. I don't know if you're aware that some people are planning some big march in Jamaica next year. So they send me
a big march?
Yes, man, they are planning big march in Jamaica next year, which is being backed by the PMPC, man, I know. And they sent me now a message. And I'm going to read to you how disingenuous these people are now. Because the reason they are giving for the march, neighbor, what is the name there again? I didn't black him, so I have it. The reason they are giving for this march is that murders are out of control when we have had decline in murder rate for the past 3 years. They are telling us that over 1,000 kids go missing every year. That is not true. No data from the police support that.
What you are reading? What are you reading from?
No, man, this person sent me a message. Hold on, I'm trying to find out the person name here. I'm trying to find out the person's name here. They sent the message, invited me to join. I told them, hell no. All right, so the person sent me this message. Let me see if I can read it out loud for you. That from the beginning, where it is. Go from the beginning. I am reaching out to you on the behalf of the International Righteous Union. Neighbor, sorry, but I'll go further, neighbor, because I don't want to give them too much commercial. But let me give you the pretext for their march. Why them planning march now in Jamaica? Just to be clear, the people march is not about causing unrest, but and is that part of it? Yes. Over 1,000 children go missing every year. That is lie. Jamaica consistently ranked top 10 of the most violent country in the world for murder. That is wrong. The poverty and unemployment rate are over 50 and 60%. That is lie. Underpaid for decades. Jamaica national debt climbed to $2 trillion. That is wrong. So these people are planning to cause unrest in the country over lies. I'm going to forward the message them to you, neighbor. I'm going to forward them to you. No, yes. Caroline, I'm going to send them to you. Yeah, Caroline.
Okay, Chuck.
Right, but that is what they are doing. So the premise for what them are trying to do is to build it on lies, just to try to appeal to people's emotions. Right, so neighbor, the seeds of destruction, neighbor, people, the PMP, neighbor, they would rather rule the ashes rather than the high rise. And that is where we are. They prefer to rule the ashes rather than the high rise.
Boy, I tell you something. What a hell. You know, my moderator keeps telling me that Jamaica under attack, Chuck. Do you agree? Do you agree that Jamaica right now is under attack? Internal strife is threatening the democracy, and we may very well see uprising.
That is, neighbor, there is since 2020 when Mark Goldie took over the PMP, our politics has changed to one of division. Since Mark, neighbor, it can be traced back to Mark Goldie taking over the PMP, and the politics in Jamaica changed to one of division. Now, neighbor, we have always have competitive politics in Jamaica, but we have never seen this level of attack on the office of the Prime Minister, whoever holds it, and our public institutions. We have never seen this level of attack on our public institution. We have never seen this level of attack on our democracy. Neighbor, that is when the politics in Jamaica changed, when Mark Golding took over the PMP, neighbor. This man believed that he is entitled to Jamaica, and he's willing to claim it, whether it be the ashes or the high rise. He will claim it.
When you listen to the opposition leader, to be fair, he keeps referring to the amount of seats he has and the amount of people who voted for him. Is it that Mr. Golding does not understand how our democracy works? That, quite frankly, Chuck, opposition strength is not in the amount of seats they have, correct?
Correct.
You could have 2 seats in parliament, you're still the opposition.
You're still the opposition.
So why is it he keeps suggesting that about the same amount of people voted for him as voted for the government? Is it that he's saying that the power should be shared?
That is what he says, neighbor. He says he's responsible. Neighbor, didn't you hear the interview recently where he was speaking and thing that forget the guy name. But he said he is responsible for half of the people. He is the people that vote for him, he is responsible for them. And that is why they are doing their best to undermine the government response, because they believe that they should be giving half of everything for them people. Neighbor, it is division. They are dividing the country.
Why not make him the deputy prime minister?
No such position for the opposition party is available, neighbor. Mark Golden will never have the word prime minister beside his name. Whether it be deputy, assistant, acting, the word prime minister will never go beside Mark Golden's name.
But that's why you concede elections, you know, Chuck. When an election is lost, you concede. In other words, power belongs to the other man.
Belongs to the other person, yes.
And it's not absolute power, Chuck, but it is power, it is authority to govern for 5 years.
The right to govern, yes. Authority to govern is given to the winner.
Yes,
right.
Also the winner.
And you sit and you...
Hold on, it may be by one vote, Chuck. It may be by one vote, like the Labour Party in 2007, won by 1 seat.
1 seat, and again in 2015.
But you remember, Mrs. Simpson Miller said that she was going to be Bruce Golden's worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare, yes.
Huh?
But it was not like this. Even between when Portia said I will be your worst nightmare, it was not like this. Bruce and Portia still work together. Portia never attack our institutions.
At that time, you know, quite frankly, Chuck, and that is not something that a country should accept. When an opposition comes out to say they're going to be the government's worst nightmare, what they're saying is that they're antithetical to the government, to the progress of the country. And I don't think that we should accept at this point the opposition leader going around claiming that he got as much you know, almost equal vote as the government of Jamaica. That's not how the democracy is set up.
Neighbor, not ordinarily in a country, the media is the guardian of the democracy. The media. Have you heard any of these so-called journalists questioning Mark Golden about said statement?
No.
Have you heard any of the civic groups challenging him on that statement of the vision? No. But everybody want to know how the money I go spend. Everybody want to know why there's no junker in the sky flying around. Yeah. But nobody is questioning him. None of the media house, not one, has ever asked him, why are you sowing these seeds of the vision? Do you think it is good for the country that you claim you love? No, they don't care, neighbor, and that is why they are emboldened to do stuff like this. The only person questioning us is people like us on social media. The media house, the largest one in the Caribbean, will go by the name Gleaner. And that is why they are dying a slow and painless death. That is why the Gleaner and RGR is dying a painless death, neighbor. Because they have forgotten their core values.
I think it is fundamental for us to take sleep mark that you know, someone has been sending some information to me, and I think we must be very careful here in Jamaica, because I don't know, I hear Mr. Golden talk about social dislocation, and I'm trying to research what that means, what does social dislocation mean in a time shock where 40% of our country is already dislocated. Why is the opposition leader talking about social dislocation? What is that? You know,
neighbor, remember, neighbor, they are spreading the propaganda that the hurricane was made by the prime minister, and it is being done to steal the land. That is the propaganda that is out there. So when he comes with those terms, people, his followers now read into it and say, see, that hit him at about.
But when you talk about social dislocation in the same paragraph, and then you say you have 28 seats and over 400,000 people vote for you. Now, when you put those three pieces together, there should be some concerns, Chuck.
Yes, neighbor, I'm very concerned. As I said, these people who claim that they are planning March next year is being funded, is being backed by the PMP and their overseas dissidents. People like the Rattigan and those people, they are the ones funding and pushing it, because neighbor, their plan is to destroy this country, neighbor. And if people like us ever put on the fight, neighbor, they're gonna get with it. But neighbor, I have news for them. You can't beat the state. You can't win the state.
That is true.
Neighbor,
Have a great day,
recently they found a shipment of nearly 1,000 pounds of cocaine coming to Jamaica. Last year, they found nearly a shipment with nearly 300 guns coming into Jamaica. Neighbor, these things are not isolated incidents. Those things, they are not isolated incident, neighbor. They have a plan that they are willing to destroy this country. But neighbor, people like me, I will never let it happen. It can't happen. As long as I can breathe breath, I will always defend the flag of Jamaica. It will always stand. We will never go back to the days that Mark Golden and the PMP wants to bring us back to.
Yes. All right, Chuck. Thanks, man. Yeah, take care.
All right, respect, neighbor.
Great. Scratchy?
Yes, neighbor.
You've been in the box waiting for some time, man. How you doing?
I'm here listening. What's going on?
How you doing?
Not bad at all, neighbor. I'm here just listening what's popping and what's going on, you know?
What's on your mind?
I'm not saying about the whole thing, neighbor. I kind of see it different, you know, neighbor. I am concerned to an extent, yes, neighbor, about the rhetoric that is coming from them, but in terms of overthrow government and all of those things, neighbor, I don't think it's that level, neighbor. When you look at Mama San and Derval can't overthrow government. You look at the type of people the PNP are used to spread the misinformation out the neighbor. People when don't understand no solid status in a society are people where when you look and hear those people talking, you know, say it's just pure raw dirty politics. I don't think it reaches a level, neighbor. If you look at the persons on the PNP side who do these things, neighbor, are mostly females. And if they are not females, neighbor, they are males who they are questionable in terms of them sexuality. So you see that these are the persons where the People's National Party are used. So you find that these type of persons, females and men with questionable sexuality, these persons, neighbor, can't overthrow the government, neighbor. It's not even a full length of them. It's a handful of them. And based on the rhetoric how we hear them talk, we can know some mad people, them people. I don't think it reached that level, neighbor. As I'm tell you, Jamaica changed to a level, neighbor, where the politician control certain man again to a level, neighbor, where them can't tell a man to go do this or go do that. If you look at Jamaica, neighbor, most of these gangs in these communities now, these gangs consist of members from both political parties. So I don't see these, oh, me go rally against you, oh, you go rally against me, and the two of we are friends, the two of we are come from the same aim. So okay. I don't see it, neighbor. I think it's just because we are these person, they might be sending disrespect, so disrespect come louder. So we are seeing it more on our timeline. We are seeing it more on social media. So it seems like, say, yes, it is having an impact because of how we are seeing. But if you look at the type of persons, neighbor, these persons can't overthrow Jamaica, neighbor. Mama San and Derval can't overthrow Jamaica, neighbor. No time.
Okay. My best view, Scratchy, I'm moving you along, is that the opposition leader, the opposition spokespersons, the members of parliament feel that the government's response is inadequate, despite the World Bank's suggesting that it is world leading. The opposition is saying that there may be social dislocation. That's almost referencing the perceived negative impact of government policies at this time may cause social dislocation. Scratchy, you are a man that have done much work in terms of social work. Do you think that the government's response, Scratchy, as the opposition is critiquing, is inadequate?
Neighbor, when I look at response, neighbor, I look at response based on your resources, neighbor. I can have the toughest response and look at a level of response that I can say to myself, this is how the government should respond But when I look at it nearby, it might cost a certain amount of money, because this response costs money and resources where the government that might don't have. So how I judge the response, neighbor, I judge the response based on what the government have at its disposal, neighbor, and how fast the government push out these resources. And based on that, neighbor, the government get a passing grade from me. The government get a passing grade. Whatever the resources the government did not have, the government went out and sourced those resources in a timely manner from our international partners. So I have to congratulate and big up the government for its approach, neighbor. What we need to understand fully, neighbor, is that the opposition, neighbor, is playing broad daylight politics. They are politicizing the whole situation. How do we know what is really going on? Is social unrest is being done in this section of the island, neighbor? The opposition cannot come and tell us that social unrest is going on. Social unrest, neighbor, is something that even a blind man can see. And based on what I am seeing from where I'm not in Jamaica right now, but based on what I'm seeing and what I am hearing, neighbor, I am not picking up any form of social unrest that leads to, as a result of the government lack of this or the government inability to carry out its function properly. I'm not seeing that, neighbor. Whatever social unrest is down there, neighbor, is as a result of Melissa. And I understand that it's a natural disaster and person understand that. But I am not seeing any form of social unrest as a result of the government inability to carry out its duty or its function. I'm not seeing that. I am here to see that, neighbor. And when I see that, that is where it is concerning. I would be concerned if it reaches that level. And I don't think this government are going to allow it to reach that level, neighbor. Neighbor, I tell you guys already, neighbor, we are dealing with a government, neighbor, who in 2020, neighbor, this government was tasked with the responsibility of saving lives, neighbor. Saving lives. It's not easy. Each person can't, it's not easy to save life. We're in a pandemic. It wasn't easy, neighbor. And the government step up. The government step up to the plate. Yes, we lose a couple lives, yes, but more lives were saved than what were lost. Neighbor, Jamaica came out of COVID as a winner in terms of our death toll and everything. No, the government now is no task the next responsibility right now, neighbor, to save livelihood. Remember, I know the Prime Minister saved lives in 2020. Now we're saving livelihood, making sure that he can put back people's life on a level where people can do what, go back to the normalcy. And he's going to do it again, neighbor. Once him save life already, he can save livelihood this time. He's going to do it, neighbor. He's the only Prime Minister who have been tasked more than once, neighbor, with saving lives, balancing lives, and balancing livelihood, neighbor. And he can do it. We don't have to worry about the opposition, neighbor. The Prime Minister got it locked.
Why is the opposition leader pointing out the disparity between the government's seats and his own? Why is he in the same breath speaking of social dislocation and the disparity between government and opposition? How does that come in?
Neighbor, that come in because of our political system set up, neighbor. Jamaica, neighbor, as Jamaicans, neighbor, we have a political system, neighbor, where whatever resources or whatever is given to our citizens by government, neighbor, is seen as a political advantage, or is seen as a means that yes, they might vote for this party because it's this party give you that. So that's one of the things why the opposition is so scared, neighbor. They know that the government is the one who has the task and the responsibility to rebuild these areas, neighbor. And they have the concern, neighbor, that based on the transactional nature of Jamaican politics, neighbor, it is possible, neighbor, that they might come out and the losing end in this. That is what they are most concerned about. When at this time, neighbor, the main aim and concern should be to know that these persons get back a roof over their head and their life can go back to where it was. But the opposition is not in that position. The opposition is more concerned, neighbor, about what the numbers are going to look like. Are they turning, no, are there persons turning against them because they don't have the ability to take care of a certain situation right now? The opposition, neighbor, is one who has made this politics system, neighbor, in 2025 election. So transactional. The Prime Minister spoke about it yesterday. He told them, as new member of parliament, you guys have to be careful what you guys are doing, neighbor. We hear Zulika just said it yesterday. Zulika just said, based on what the government is giving her, the government is always want some of our people to turn against her. He say it again, say that they want people to turn against them because nearby the type of politics that they practice, they turn the politics transactional to become winners and they cannot maintain it, and that is what is reaching them right now. That's why we're seeing this.
It's a personal fear that they have that somehow the people will switch.
Yes, neighbor, they have a personal fear, neighbor, because of all the opposition, neighbor, has tied up government resources over the years. Neighbor, it is the opposition party where so much doctor follow the opposition leader, the opposition party. Because when the government of the day gave them scholarship to go to wherever to study, the opposition tell them, say it's PNP Senegal school. So these persons come back and support PNP. So the opposition is, politics has always been transactional, neighbor. And they see right now where a lot of persons' life are in distress and in disorder, and persons are going to need items from the government. And they are just scared, neighbor, that whatever resources the government come with might hinder them chance of the next election because of how they have made the thing transactional. And they cannot keep up right now. That's why they're asking for money for every minute, neighbor, because they cannot keep up. They are scared, they are worried that they might lose votes and lose persons. So what that thing show your neighbor, those persons weren't genuine PNP supporters, or those persons weren't genuine with your agenda. You bought those persons and you're afraid that you might lose them now because in the most time of needs, you cannot come to them support.
Yes. Yes, Scratchy. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Wow.
That is what is going on.
And hence the call for money, more money.
Hence the call for money, neighbor. These guys use money to become the winners, to become the member of parliament, neighbor. And they have to. Neighbor, it's just like when you look at a girl and you feel like you're rich, neighbor.
You're opening me eye.
Neighbor, if you look at woman, neighbor, and you approach her first like you're rich, you have to keep up that the reputation there, you know.
Yes, you
have to keep up that reputation because you make it look like you're rich. So these Julika Jess and all of them, neighbor, in the campaign, they're going with these waka money. So people are saying, well, we can never win. And you did have this waka money, you win now where the waka money is. They will have to believe now, neighbor, that government resources was going to be that waka money for them. But the government changed it, neighbor, the Prime Minister said it. Based on your constitutional duties, neighbor, member of parliaments were doing things that weren't their responsibility, neighbor. And the Prime Minister said it have to change, neighbor. And we are seeing a change, and it is affecting the People's National Party. We are seeing a change. We see them get $10 million to deal with basic emergency needs. And these people are going around and say them cannot give everybody 100,000. Who tells Zulika Jessica promise the people in St. Elizabeth 100,000 each? Who did tell Zulika just that? She has said no, people might only get 12,000. Who did tell you to give people 100,000 each? Who did tell you? Neighbor, these guys are just so sick. They want money. They are not member of parliament role, neighbor. Go back to where it was. We'll talk about this in the neighbor. That's why sometimes I feel the Prime Minister is to win a neighbor.
Well, yes.
Neighbor, we have a conversation about this, neighbor. I would say that the role of member of parliament, neighbor, it need to come back to what it really is based on the constitution. And that is where the Prime Minister is bringing it back. Neighbor, member of parliament are legislators. You go to parliament and you lobby on behalf of your constituency. You are not a contractor. You're not getting the money for building a road. You're not getting the money for building a house. You are not a contractor. If you wanted that, job, you took an NWA, go look at job then.
Yes. Agencies.
NWA. Agencies, neighbor, ministries, departments, and agencies are responsible to carry out whatever rebuilding process is going to be done of that area, not member of parliaments. And they need to understand that, neighbor, they promise money. Sulika just say 100,000 per person. Neighbor, you see what I show you? She go around and tell people that they're going to get 100,000 and get 10 million now, and she said the 100,000 can't work and want to come blame the government. These guys, neighbor, them don't know what them doing. PNP, neighbor, turn the politics transactional. That's why I say Jamaica lose so much sector to PNP. Our teaching sector, our health sector, and a whole lot more, neighbor, because these guys were funded to go seek higher education by the government and taxpayers of Jamaica. And them come back and spew and say PNP send you to school.
Wow.
When are the taxpayers of Jamaica send you to school? You come talk about PNP send you to school. What kind of PNP send you to school?
Well, hold on there for me, my brother Scratchy. You continue to scratch things off here. Alex J.A., morning to you, sir.
Hey, neighbor, morning.
Hi, man. How you doing?
Neighbor, I doing okay, man. But you see, sometimes when I jump up and you see me disappears because I'm busy and with the environment that I'm going in sometimes. I know I came up there the last time and you saw me disappear.
Yes, I did.
Busy. Neighbor, neighbor, I want to that I'm a neutral person, and I tell myself, I'm going to look for some talking points to be and so neutral, but I'm not getting anything, neighbor, and they know because I'm not really getting any talking. An embodiment as a labor right. I can't use the whole, even the generator thing, the making hurricane thing, a lot of stuff. The Prime Minister going to Africa to represent the country, to discuss climate change and to see what we can benefit from, you know, the recovery effort and all that. All of these things I see as a person from the outside as something that these things make sense. But when I listen to some platforms, it's either I diminish my intellect or my IQ to try to fit in.
Wow.
Just to show neutrality. But I haven't done so because I'm not going to do that. But I am trying to show some form of neutrality, but I'm not getting any resource to show the neutrality. And why it look like a greener thing. You know, say, Neighbour, I don't think we have a government problem in the country, you know, everybody talk about. I think we have a people problem based on listening to some of the lives, you know. I think the government, from my perspective, is doing what the government ought to do. And I think it's just the people, the tribalistic nature of the people, and the fact that I think that the third term has a lot to do with it. It's historical, but if there's a fourth term, that is going to be legendary. That is going to be something in the books that are going to be there. So I think
you think that is also playing in the minds of many people. A fourth term.
Yeah, I think that is going to be devastation. Devastation for the opposition to be opposing for so many years. And I think there's a psychological factor playing out. We need to get this man out. We weren't expecting.
In other words, there's almost fear. There's almost fear.
Yes, no one is going to say it, but to get a leader like Andrew Holness, the way this man conduct himself in Parliament and the way he answers these questions in Parliament, they just resonate with a common sense mind. And if the man feel like him wrong in our ear, I'm saying, I don't have a problem to be criticized. I think we could have I can't find a loophole to say what me can use this and say no. Me I go lash out. No, I don't like this. I'm
in other words,
his
conduct is flawless. Yes?
The way how him conduct himself and the way he explain things. And I think some things that he has to explain, I think it's embarrassing, you know. And I think it's because of certain type of people as to why I have to explain if I get 500 and something generators and we have hundreds of thousands people without light. To explain that to people is like some things that this man has to come out and explain because of propagandas that are being spread and all of that. And I'm not getting any resource to go on the other side. I am trying my best to show people because I know that I'm a neutral person. I know that I'm not a staunch green blood person or not like that. And I'm searching for things to say, all right, I can use this to say, you see there, I'm a neutral. See, I'm saying this against the government. But my common sense not allowing me to do that, sir. So that is that's one of the problems that I'm facing. And when I listen to snippets and see when the Prime Minister is speaking in Parliament and listen how this man talk about everything and explain everything, it aligns with a common sense train of thought. So it's a difficult, you know, the next thing, what is the opposition probably never expect to get such a astounding lead of a battle against, you know. Only is a very difficult man to defeat, you know, Neighbour.
So hold on, he's a very difficult man to defeat.
Right, in an election, I don't see many angles. I see different angles to try to take him down and win an election, and they're not working. And I think they're in a corner. It's not being said. I think they're what we are going to do to win the next election. And we have to start from knowing everybody.
He's not an old man. He has quite a bit left in him there.
Yes, I mean, but neighbor, think about the type of leadership that Mr. Holness is dictating. Well, he might dictate. He might portray himself to the country. The type of leadership it's not the traditional one back in the past, PMP, JLP, PMP, JLP, and one, then this one, and then this one win. It changed the tone of how politics is played in the country as how he's governing the country. So they weren't expecting to encounter something like that. I think they were expecting the traditional thing, and they're in a bind, they're in a corner, and they need to start acting from now, even though 2030 is several years from now. If we can use the angle of playing with the tribalistic people's emotions, if we can hold them. So
you
if I can make statements and say,
I heard Mr. Siaga, sir, on the Breakfast Club, telling Anthony Abrahams one morning that the PNP will not win a third term. He was saying that it's 2 term for the Labour Party, 2 term for the PNP, and it will go like that. And I think he was shocked, when the PNP won a third term. I suspect that the PNP may be in that same position now, where they have to go through a third term and are probably very, very worried that a 4th term may very well be on the cards.
Neighbor, it's not being said, but that is the route. Nobody will come out live and say it, but we cannot find an angle to defeat this man so easy. The way he's running the country, the way he articulate himself in a parliament and on the international scene. The international support from the other countries, the things that they're saying about Jamaica is astounding as opposed to the tribalistic people internally, because they want to see things to go bad. When things are going bad, that's one of the criteria to vote against the government. So
Yes.
that is the mission. That is the mission that they have to do. And I think that this time around, they're focusing more on emotions. That's what I'm seeing right now, to take advantage of emotions. Meaning, neighbor, you will see some things happening with the relief that's taking place. You will see roof putting on there, so you will see relief packages there. So no, they don't want you to focus on that. They're going to find the few persons that maybe assistant not reach yet and utilize that aspect of video clippings to show people. So that is what I said. You're playing with the emotions of people. You're going to find something, play a little sad background music, and hyphenate that part. Because it's a category 5 hurricane, Everybody now go up and run in this and that. You will find some persons who you can say, no, make we video this section.
Yes, some
splice these videos, right, and use this. I think the mission right now is to take advantage of emotions of the people, and also when Mr. Golden is now stating that he has half of the country and this and that, which is atrocious. I don't think he should have said that. But I think that's a ploy from my perspective, this is my opinion, is to hold on to my tribalistic people, to let them feel that we are the ones who have your back, because they don't want to lose them, for the next election. No, they are the most dedicated to us. So I want to make those statements to ensure that my people will vote for me. I want them to feel like, oh, we're looking out for you. And also, neighbor, some of the worst things I've seen, these are just my opinion, is when I saw the thing with a celebrity, I won't call his name, but everyone was with it was trending. And I saw something and I said, what is this? And I saw that there were specific packages only for PMP persons. And I said, what? So I don't see people take that as, I took that as something big. For say, I didn't know that stuff like this was going on, where people literally getting stuff for a specific type of people, because I don't even have words to explain to that degree to where people are getting things for specific people. I don't rally behind any form of argument like that. That is atrocious. That's one of the worst things you can see in a relief effort for the country to go back to normalcy. And Labour, the splices and the areas in which I see the moves that I see the government is taking, even with the JPS move to try to rush to get back, ensure we get back to normalcy and assisting JPS with the loan. I say all of these things are just common sense and things where I see as some things that are great decisions. But people keep taking some of these things and trying to make it look like it's something bad. Boy, I hear somebody say, boy, I see that, then take the cat band up, go and get JPS. What do you really want?
Yes. So Alex, you would agree with the World Bank that
I mean, I would do what the government's supposed to do.
Yeah, you would agree with the World Bank that Jamaica's response is world leading. But let me ask you a question, Alex. You just mentioned that there is going to be some amount of dislocation, some amount of struggling. It's a Category 5 hurricane, and therefore, no matter how good the government operates, some people's lives are going to be affected, and they're going to feel some pain. How do you communicate that to people? How do you communicate?
That's a difficult, that's an uphill task, you know, neighbor, because if me sit down and my house gone, and you know, the emotions that I'm in, my peak emotions is more at 100%. So let's give it a color like I'm seeing only dark, neighbor. And you know, it's going to be very difficult to get through that darkness. Some of the things where you tell me are coming out one ear and I go through the other one, because I'm feeling that emotion when you are maybe somebody overseas and just attack all sort of nonsense, or who did this and this and that. So that's a difficult task for them, you know. But it depends on the type of persons that you encounter. You might have somebody that's tribalistic in nature, and they're on the other side, they're going to just be blaming the government. You understand? Then you're going to have somebody with a little bit more intellect that understands that we were messed up by a Category 5, and the government come with bulldozer and push over my house. So that person now will have, you know, that the cloud won't be that darkened for that person. So it's not a one sentence when you're speaking in these terms. It depends on the persons you encounter. If it's a tribalistic person, if it's a person with a level of sense and understanding. So it's a whole different criteria. It depends on who the person is. But they're seeing dark in most cases, neighbor, and no one wants to hear, oh, just hold on. Not even the little hold on, then nobody want to hold on, especially if a tarpaulin them over. They're not even that they want to hear, even though that's a logical thing. Some people just don't want to hear that. You understand? And for someone like me, neighbor, if my house are this and that gone on, just like a percentage of the country, we would have did that sort out if we sort out. Just as not everybody can go back up and call a neighbor and start put on some, fix back roof, because I don't see why these things are not highlighted. Persons are there helping all 6-7 persons you drive past, they sit on one roof and them a sort out, me start the roof and them a go down the road and them a do whatever. These things are not being highlighted. It's what can play with the emotions in a negative form. Those are the things more likely being highlighted by certain people. You understand?
No, I was sent a message, sir. Let me read it for you. Jamaica is not a member of the G20 summit. Why? Prime Minister leave the country that is in sufferation. Which PM would do something like that? Is this something, Alex, that really coming out of sources in Jamaica?
Nearby specific persons would send messages like those in a neighbor. It's not coming from, the whole division of the country. You're going to have the side that's divided over this side. They're going to say that, neighbor, right? So maybe if he didn't go, you might hear something else in a different reality, that why the Prime Minister never did leave and go talk to the other leaders them for assistance. So it doesn't matter what the government does. If him play ahead, them are going to say tail. It doesn't matter. So I think most labor rights would understand this. It doesn't matter what the government does. If I heads, the next side will say tail, just for argument's sake, just for say tails, So I think it was a good move. What the PM did for they hear and now hug up everybody and say we're gonna get through, and the first part, of the hurricane, when the hurricane passed, and me hear people talk all sort of something as if Mr. Holness could have shadow clone himself and make 1,000 copy himself and they all bought. And some people tell people said you need to see the MP, and if you don't see the MP, you know you have to cuss. I don't know who preach these kind of things and spread these kind of things when we should be preaching upliftment and empowering, you know, the citizens of the country to rebuild and all of that. So you're going right back to who say half the glass half empty and half full. You know? So people preach the wrong messages. Forget it's all emotional stuff, man, to take advantage of the people in emotion. And neighbor, you see, sometimes I have to look on the country, some of the citizens are not really that intelligent, you know, neighbor, if I go be factual, you know. They're not that intelligent. And when you're not that intelligent, I can play with your emotions.
That is so true,
you
sir.
know? When the MP, they sit down right there,
the people who are exploiting the intellectual vulnerabilities of people. They're even worse, you know.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Neighbor, if Jamaica did have 90% of persons who have, and that's going to say intelligent, but have a certain level of IQ, with a certain level degree of common sense, one party will stuck into power. One party would be stuck in the power. We wouldn't have this bag of excitement online and all sort of something. It wouldn't make any sense. There wouldn't be any stimulation anymore.
Alex, I have to thank you here, sir. And on the other side of things, we thank you too, okay?
Yeah, man, no problem, neighbor.
Respect. Well, I've been told that we will only take calls this morning, so 24 minutes to 11 o'clock, and we're taking your calls on this show exclusively. Listeners, Scratchy is here with me. Please remember him. He scratches things off, you know. Fine Juice, good morning. Morning, Fine Juice. Unmute for me, please. Are you ready, Millicent? Politics Plus with your neighbor, Scratchy, Caroline, here. Pine Juice, morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, neighbor, I saw something on the internet where they're saying that the U.S. gonna have a base in Jamaica. Is it true?
What is the source of the information?
They've been saying that the U.S. is the first one to come to Jamaica to render assistance. No, that is not true. The Cayman Island was the first country to come to Jamaica.
You know, sir.
So it matter who first or who last?
Jamaica is a sovereign country. And I can tell you, sir, that we are a sovereign nation. As a matter of fact, the United States is our largest trading partner, and they have supported us during the period. The Prime Minister did mention that they assisted us with some helicopters, but I think you can dismiss that as rubbish, sir. No base will be set up in Jamaica by. As a matter of fact, I don't know the intricacies of the conversations that the government is having with the United States, but I suspect, Scratchy, that if this was going to happen, we wouldn't know about it, eh?
Definitely, neighbor. I must note, neighbor, that there are lands right now in Jamaica, neighbor, that the US still have some form of lease and neighbor over a certain period of years. So I don't know the nature of if they want to come and put base on those lands right now. I don't know the nature of that. But I do know, neighbor, that there are lands that the US government or the US Army own in Jamaica right now are some that are leased over 1,000 odd years or 100 odd years, and those leases aren't up as yet. But I don't know specifically right now if the US plan to come and use those, set up those as base or anything. I don't know about that right now. You know, US have base all over the world. US have base all over the world.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to tell neighbor, don't follow those people. Whenever time you give people attention. They're gonna keep follow up. So those things where you see people said about your neighbor, just dismiss that. Don't look at that. Just leave it. Because you are the one that open up my eyes to certain things. And Scratchy and the next guy there who good on finance.
Harry,
open up my eyes to certain things. When I was depressed back in Jamaica.
Depressed?
I was so depressed in Jamaica under the People's National Party. You know who lifts up my spirit?
No.
Mr. Perkins.
Uh-huh.
Listen, Mr. Perkins. Perkins give me hopes. And I use that hopes and fend my way through out of poverty.
My God. Wow.
And you see, you neighbor, you lift up my spirit and show me that a better way. I'm not educated, I'm basic, but you make me feel like 100% intelligent more than everybody in this world.
What you say to me, sir?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. Sometimes I'm a great listener, but not a talker. Even the other night, you said Pine Juice come up. I wasn't in the mood to talk, but I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm observing. It's like you have a piece of sponge. You suck up some water. That's how I absorb everything. You, Scratchy, and Ari.
Yes. Wow.
I try my best to donate whatever little I can to this program.
Thank you.
So this morning when I wake up, I don't go to work this morning because it's Thanksgiving up here.
Yes, sir.
So I turn on. I was looking at the time. I said 9 o'clock, neighbor coming on. Turn on. I was listening. I was so happy to hear you. But then when I turn on, I hear this depressing things coming out of your voice. And I said, what neighbor talking about? Leave that. Push that aside. You see, people who don't want to see Jamaica better, they are the one who are going to criticize you. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Scratchy?
You know, sir, Pine Juice, let me tell you this. You see the Prime Minister standing up in Parliament, don't ever think that sometimes he is not affected by what you say.
No, not.
Let me tell you something, sir. When I hear people calling up neighbor, and that I'm to go suck this and suck that, and you know.
Yeah, it hurt. I know it must hurt.
You think it easy to handle, sir? You think it's easy to handle? No, man. You may be quiet for a while, but after a time you say, you know, this is too much. I'm gonna have to say something about it. And it's not that you are paying it any mind, but when people call you names that you know your man beat you up, and come on.
I know. Neighbor, let me tell you this. Yesterday I work at when I get the job where I was working. So when I go to the break room, no space to sink. Wash your hand in the break room. And I said, wow, come on. It's P American in there. And, I'm Jamaican. I'm like 4 Jamaican. When I was in there, what happened? No sink to wash your hand. Oh, we can get germs eating the food. Nobody pay no mind. Anyway, they call a meeting over the head office. They invite everybody to come over there. When I went over there, they said, "You have anybody have any concern?" I put up my hand and said, "Me." Everybody, all the American turn on and look at me. The guy said, the CEO said, "What concern you have?" I said, "My concern, we need a sink in the break room." because we're handling chemical, we can get germs. He take notes and write it down and leave. When I leave, finish the meeting, finish, I was walking out of the meeting. I saw one of the guys stop to tell somebody, my snitch, because tape everything in the meeting. Mark you, I can't take any phone in there. But the thing is this, because I tried to lift them, they tried to badmouth me. So it's the same thing with your neighbor. To fight it. So you're gonna hurt, yes, but down the line, you're gonna come out victorious. Just leave that. Just leave that, neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing, this is a humor. My favorite part of your program. You know it, my favorite part of your program?
No.
When you're talking to those ladies, you have so many lyrics, man.
I tell you this, sir. I want people to take the program seriously, because it's about intellectual rigor. But I went somewhere yesterday and somebody was telling me that they tuned in just for that.
Yes, man. Yeah. And
that they sit down for 3 hours and wait for those little moments.
Neighbor, you know what caught me cracking up?
Yes.
When you was lyrics in that lady from Canada. Lyrics in that lady.
Yes.
I don't remember the lady and her husband Chippy.
Yes. Yes, sir. It's true. I tell you the truth. I must tell my listeners that I get a lot of messages off air, and I don't respond to a lot of them. The neighbor that you see up here, sir, is not the same person that you'll see on the road.
Figure that out, neighbor.
Yeah. I'm really not. Me not really. You know what I said?
Yeah, I understand.
I just love my listeners, and I want them to feel happy.
Yeah, and we appreciate you too, neighbor.
And comfortable, and that's just the show that we do.
Yes, yeah. We appreciate you 100%.
But I'm not looking at a little one for Christmas, I kind of.
No, I know.
Anybody
let's scratch your blood, man. Scratch your can.
No, Keisha, he doesn't have to look. The show is disrupted and disturbed with Keisha.
Okay, neighbor. So you have a
happy Thanksgiving, man.
Thanks, and same to you, man, and Scratchy and Carolee and all of them.
So you have,
right?
You have turkey there, sir. Turkey.
I'm cooking some curry goat, some turkey neck, some collard green, some spinach rice. That's what I'm gonna have for my Thanksgiving, me and my family. Me and my neighbor, me and my wife together for 36 years.
Lovely.
Yeah, man, 36 years.
Lovely. Gets better, eh? Gets better with age.
Yes, but sometimes you have to fight it, though, The mouth, sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but, we are man, we have to live over that and look over that.
Yeah. Let me tell you this before you go. Religion, you see, sir, has held a lot of people in bondage. And if the Lord help me and I stay on this program, I'm going to liberate some people. I'm going to liberate them. You must allow religion to keep you in bondage. And religion has kept many people in very toxic relationships.
That's true. That's so true.
They're abusive, and they stay there because the church tell them so they can't find it. Not no go so. Not no go so. I wish I could.
No, you go over there,
Mute that gentleman for me. Mute that gentleman. Not no go so.
Yeah.
Not a thing goes on. As a matter of fact, sir, 2,000 years ago, you see, more than 2,000 years ago, you see, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes, a man who is 70 years old would not marry a 50-year-old woman, you know. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. If you are about 70, your wife may be about 17 or 18. Yep, that's how it went.
Okay.
Because women wouldn't work. Right. So in Israel, under the Jewish culture, women don't work. So the man will be responsible for taking good care of the family, and that is why they always try to have a son. Now, if you follow the Bible, you realize it speaks a lot about men and not women, because when the father dies, eventually the boy would become the breadwinner.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, in our society and culture, it's very, very different. You find that a man marries a woman, the man is 30, the woman is 30. There is what you call right there a developmental imbalance, because a 30-year-old woman is vastly more mature than a 30-year-old man. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, man. That is why you see, sir, a 17-year-old girl wouldn't want a 70-year-old boy for her boyfriend. Eh?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, when I was going to school, sir, at 16, I couldn't go talk to a 16-year-old girl. She don't want me.
Yeah.
Because
your lunch money done lunchtime, neighbor. Schoolboy money done lunchtime.
your lunch money you have. No, biology, you know, sir, prepares a woman to be a mother at 12, you know. You know that a girl can become a mother at 12?
Yes, I know that. Yes, I know that.
And did you know, sir, that by nature, if she gets pregnant, she can be a good mother?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And breastfeed at 12?
Yes.
Which boy can be a father at 12? Which boy?
Oh, I get your point. I get the point.
Even if he's able to biology make sperm, he can't be a father.
No.
12-year-old? No, man. A 15-year-old boy is a child, sir. It's a mere kid. But you could get married at 16 and be a good wife.
Yes.
To a man 60. To a man 60.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there are 17-year-old and 18-year-old girls that have boys that have men 50, 60-year-old.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And so part of what has happened in our society is that we haven't studied history well to understand how societies are to be made up. You should never have boys and girls in the same educational streams flowing through your schools. The girl is more advanced
Than the boy.
Yeah. And then you have the boy and the girl in the same educational system when the boy is to be prepared for, you know, in terms of contemporary life. You should be preparing him to do other things, not passing subjects, man. Because listen to me, when the girl passes 5 subjects and the boy passes the same 5 subjects, the girl can get a husband, you know, and become wealthy tomorrow. That can't happen to the boy.
Yeah, the boy have to work for that.
Yes, sir. You know what money you spend for a woman, sir? No. Well, you've been married for 37 years.
So the boy can't find a wealthy woman.
Yeah.
Well, that is what is happening in the modern society. It's what is happening today. But that's not how it was in ancient times. Not how it went at all. It was men.
I know.
It was men that were developed to take on women. Women were not developed like that. So the man had to be out in the field. Had to.
Yeah.
That boy still in a classroom account, man. Oh, come on. Get him into heart. Let him learn a trade and plumbing and tiling and
I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, you make him pass subject. You need no. He can pass subject if him is intellectually there. Anyway,
Yeah, neighbor, one more thing before you leave. Southeast St. Mary, I'm all over the place. Southeast St. Mary. No, the Prime Minister listened to your program.
Does he?
Yes. I'm a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. From Southeast St. Mary been having this problem long. We didn't get any good representative. Only good representative we got in Southeast St. Mary is MP by the name of Alvarez. Don't know if you heard that name.
I have. Is that where Norman Dunn was?
Right there. Mr. Dunn. Yeah, go ahead.
Wasn't Dunn, I heard that Dunn was not too bad either.
Not too bad, but I believe.
Not too good either.
Yeah, not too good. Listen, neighbor, believe the US went down to vote. I spent 2 weeks in Jamaica. I said, okay, I'm gonna see if Mr. Darman Dunn gonna walk through. The 2 weeks down there and I never see Mr. Dunn on the campaign.
They just call him Darman Dunn.
Darman Dunn.
You never saw him?
Never saw him.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks. He's the one who make it cause the seat. Make we lose in Southeast St. Mary.
Wow.
The only time I saw Norman Dunn is one nomination day. Saw him on a bike back. It's the only time I saw him. So I'm asking you, using your platform, to tell the Prime Minister, please, to send a good representative in Southeast St. Mary because...
Well, sir, I know of one. And trying to see if I can get her to accept. Yeah, fine lady. Comes from down there too. I wonder. That's the only way I would get into politics.
Yes, we need a good representative.
Yeah, I would be her campaign manager, and I'm sure she would win the seat by way of 1,000 votes.
Yes, listen, neighbor. Live in a place called Louis Store.
Yes, sir. There's a fine lady from that same constituency. She trying to get her to take on that seat there, but I don't know why she's resisting it. And
you think she's like dual citizen, neighbor?
I don't know, but what I know is that the Politics Plus team would be right behind her, and we couldn't lose.
No.
So she would have to revoke. I think she should just revoke that citizenship and come. She won't lose, neighbor, trust me.
Can't lose, Scratchy, not you.
She can't lose. Can't lose, neighbor.
Scratchy, when we start break down over 10-1.
Yeah.
Neighbor, they would have said a different campaign than never seen before. Man.
Never seen before, Scratchy. And guess what? It's not even about money. It's just about knowing your work on the ground, eh?
Yeah, but it's not even about money. It's about knowing your work on the ground, knowing where your votes are and how you can go for your votes them from election day.
Yeah.
And bring them to the polls. Keep in contact with the votes them and then thing there. So it's not that difficult. Trust me, neighbor. Who can do it? You just need to make up your mind.
Yeah. Neighbor.
Whoa.
You see, if we get water, we don't have any water in Southeast St. Mary. Every Tuesday, water come in Louis Store. The road need to fix. The council are not doing anything because if you look at South in Belfield division, the road is so bad.
We're going to find you a good candidate. We're going to find you a good candidate for that constituency, sir. We'll find you a good candidate.
Would appreciate it, sir.
Yes, sir. We're going to do it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Negotiations are happening, and we just need to, Politics Plus will endorse said candidate.
Okay, neighbor. Thank you so much, sir.
Big up yourself. By the way, Put aside a little something because we're gonna need it.
Mhm.
Yes, when we roll out the new plans for South St. Mary.
No problem. No problem. I'm here. I'm here, neighbor. I'm right
Yes.
here.
All
Yeah.
right, sir.
Right.
Just two terms.
Have a good day.
Just two
Same
terms.
thing, fine. Big up enough. Enjoy your Thanksgiving Day, fine.
Okay, man. You too. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Take care of yourself.
Right, neighbor.
right.
Can you take me down, neighbor, please?
Oh yes, he'll take you down. Good morning, caller. Open your microphone. On this Thanksgiving Day, it's 11 o'clock. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you in the United States. Morning. Chris Rock. Morning, sir. Good morning, caller. He's not there. All right, so that who else do we have that wants to join us, or do we call this a day? Malo. Okay. Yes. So we have one more call, and then we just wrap up with Scratchy. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Morning. Morning. Morning, original. Morning, sir.
Good morning, neighbor. How are you doing?
I'm not doing bad at all. Hi, how are you doing?
Yes, so I'm doing okay.
Uh-huh. Are you in the United States?
Yes, sir.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning to the panel. Good morning, Scratchy.
Good morning, original.
Yeah, man. Me just listen to the caller, and man, you have me cracking up, man. And as he was saying, you don't let those people get the best of you, because you know people gonna come with them negative energy just because you're doing a good thing. And I know you're more intelligent than that, so don't really let them get under your skin, sir. Because
under my skin. Under my skin. Well, I tell you, sir, my listeners are strong, and they have made it quite clear this morning that they have my back, and that's all I need to know, sir.
Yes, sir. And your program is well coordinated, and we're learning a lot, because you're transparent, and everything you talk, most stuff you do is make sure it's truth, and it's on point. So we really appreciate you.
Sir, I'm not a partisan. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a partisan. I see things and I call it how I see it, and if it aligns in a particular direction, I leave that to the listeners. What I ask people to do is to tell me what I have said that is not true. If I'm telling lies, then call me out for it. But if what I'm saying is true, then I'm fine. I have to live with my conscience.
Yes, sir. From ever since I've been listening to you, sir, I haven't heard you go off board, and I haven't heard you said anything to the people that is not fair and truth.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but say everyone gonna have their views, and when they can't have their way, that's when they try to drag people down with them. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just stopping for a little bit because I'm still on the job. Try to get out of here.
No, not a holiday in the United States?
Yeah, it's a holiday, but I'm a first responder, so I'm always on call.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Yes,
thank you, here, sir.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Elton. Would have thought. Yes, I'm here.
Hi. I just want, I'm asking the listeners to help me to sponsor this hour. This hour is a music hour, so I'm asking for assistance with sponsoring this hour.
All right. That's goodness gracious me. Well, you know, Triller, what you say. Young Harry, just born the other day, he has a little breast milk on his mouth. He knows about that. Into this Frankie Paul, no story on the ball, eh? What a ball on this Thanksgiving Day. Stuck on Politics Plus, have you been, eh? You stuck on Politics Plus? Well, I tell you, that's a wonderful show. When it's nice, we play it twice, huh? Don't eat white rice, you know? Flip out of that and come through. Pull up the tune, Frankie Paul, you don't stall it. What a ball today.